What's going on YouTube? Today we're taking a look at the latest space offering from Soundcore by Anker. This is the over-the-ear Space Q45s, and I just reviewed the in-ear Space A40s, so I'll leave a link to these down in the comments below. But now we're taking a look at the over-the-ear version, and this has a lot going for it. It's $149. Let's go ahead and check out the Space Q45s together and see what they're all about. Just taking a look at the box, a couple key specs that I want to mention about the Space Q45s. Number one, it does use the high-res wireless audio codec, and it does support LDAC as well. Up to 98% noise reduction, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. 50 hours of playtime with noise cancellation on, 65 hours with it off. You do get that adaptive active noise cancellation via the app, which is actually really cool. And it does have two mics for enhanced AI calls. We'll test out the sound quality in just a little bit. And it also does support multi-point connection, so you can go ahead and connect this to two devices and switch between them quite easily. Taking a look at the Space Q45s, you do get the nice handy carry case, and it also does support 3.5mm, and they do include a USB-C cable as well, so this does charge with USB-C, which you can see right on the bottom here. And there's that headphone jack. If your phone or device still has one, you're one of the lucky ones, so you can go ahead and plug in that 3.5mm cable. Here's your play pause button. You also have a volume rocker right on the right side. And if we take a look at the left side, you do have a multi-function noise cancellation button. So you can tap it once to toggle through the different modes, or you can double tap it twice to get that extra bass boost. And sound quality is definitely important, so I'm going to talk about that bass boost as well. And then there's the power button, and let's just turn these on so you can kind of take a look at it. So you get that nice little status light right over there. And overall, guys, I think they designed a nice headphone. Now, I have been wearing these for a number of hours, and they are super comfortable. Get some nice plush materials. So they are a nice light and comfortable pair of over-the-ear headphones. They are a little bit plasticky feeling in my opinion, but again, at this price point, I don't really expect them to use too many premium materials, but it does look premium just as far as the reflection of the light goes, and I think the styling is pretty modern. So they gave us a nice premium looking design in my opinion. You have your little noise cancelling microphones there and all of that good stuff right over there. One thing that I give Soundcore a lot of credit for is their actual application. They do a very nice job with the actual app. So under ambient sound, you do have a couple options as usual. You get the actual full noise cancellation. And I've been using this with the adaptive noise cancellation feature turned on. And what this will do is just adjust that noise cancelling strength depending on the noise level around you. And I think it does a really nice job. Because if you decide to do it by yourself, you're going to constantly probably switch between the different modes. And most of the times you're probably going to leave it on max anyway. But I found that the active noise cancelling AI did a really nice job with the Space Q45s. Of course, you get to see your battery life. You can also switch it off, so you can go ahead and just go to normal. And then you also have transparency mode. So with transparency mode and talk mode, you'll be able to hear people around you. Because when you do have these on, you will not be able to hear anyone around you. Now, talking about active noise cancellation, let's head over to the Square and I'm going to let you know what I think about the active noise cancellation on the Space Q45s.
So now one place we're going to use the noise cancelling feature is on the train. Now, happy to tell you, they did a really nice job on the train. So looking for that noise cancellation, block out all the noise around you on your commute. You can just enjoy your time alone before you have to go to work. These do a really nice job. So well done for the active noise cancellation. This sound is coming from the actual Soundcore Q45 themselves, not from my phone. I decided to help. And it's quite hot here today. But these do a nice job of canceling that noise. Definitely happy.
So I'm here in Macy's, New York City, doing some shopping. Brand new Space headphones. Let me tell you, I don't hear a thing but my music. No background noise, no people, no elevators, nothing. But that's all good when you're inside. Let's head to the Square.
So here's the Space Q45s on your ear, on your head, over the ear style, usual stuff.
Continuing on, walking around the city. I'd say these are about a 7-8 on the noise cancellation side. Doing a really nice job of canceling out a lot of the traffic and whatnot behind me, which can be a little scary. Definitely got to look both ways before you cross the street. Under safe volume, this is kind of going to give you a decibel reading of the noise level around you. And you can go ahead and reduce the headphone audio level according to whatever limit you want. So this is going to kind of protect your ears, I'm going to guess. So again, they do have a safe level, but I've always turned that off. I like to hear my music loud and clear. Now under controls, I did show you that active noise cancellation button on the side here. there it is right over there. So you have a couple options. If you press once, it's going to go ahead and switch between the different ambient sounds, so noise cancellation, transparency, and normal. Or of course, you can have it just switch between transparency and noise cancellation if you want to. And if you double tap it, you'll get a bass up or bass off, if you will. Now, talking about sound, guys, this is where I think the Space Q45s do a nice job. You get all of these extra presets that Soundcore is definitely known for, and I think they do a nice job with giving us the right EQ for their actual product, for their actual headphones here. Now, for the most part, I leave it on either hip-hop or electronic, and I think that does a nice job overall. Even if you're not listening to hip-hop or electronic, you get a little bit of an extra bass boost. Now, of course, if you want to use Soundcore's signature EQ, and you do use that bass up feature, in my actual testing, the bass just, it was a little extra punchy for sure, but it definitely changed the sound of my actual music. So if I was listening to hip-hop, it didn't sound as good as if I just put it on the hip-hop EQ, but I did get a little extra bass up by using the Soundcore signature with bass up. And if you use their other EQs, you cannot use that bass up feature. Keeping on the bass theme, let's talk about bass and sound quality, and am I happy with the sound stage coming from the Q45s? Now keep in mind, I would call these a budget active noise cancellation headphone, because at $149, you're actually getting a nice amount of sound. Now in terms of bass, once again, I think they do a nice overall job. I've listened to Lil Wayne, I've listened to Pop Smoke, I've listened to Biggie, I've listened to Pac, I've listened to Nas, listened to Swedish House Mafia, Avicii, I've listened to a whole bunch of different music, and the bass is definitely there. You can feel that bass, and you can hear the mids, and you can hear the highs. It's a nice, well-rounded sound stage, which is what you get from most of Soundcore's products. But the bass is not that heart-thumping sub-bass that's really going to get to your soul. That's not something that's found here, but you will be able to hear the bass, and you will be able to enjoy your music with a little bit of bass there. But if you want a well-rounded headphone, I think the Q45s do a nice job. Again, I got a nice amount of bass with Biggie. I've got a nice amount of bass with Nas and Lil Wayne and Swedish House Mafia. So again, the bass is there, the mids are there, you're going to hear those vocals. So overall, I think they do a nice job with giving us a well-rounded soundstage. And that's what it comes to when it comes to picking up a pair of headphones, especially at this price point. You want a headphone that's going to be good for while you're commuting, that's going to be good for you walking around town, that's going to give you an enjoyable listening pleasure. So in that terms, I'd say the Space Q45s do a really nice job. I would have liked to have felt a little bit more sub-bass. I would have liked to have felt it in my heart and my soul, but that just wasn't here. But again, at this price point, I can't knock them too much. Lastly, you might take some phone calls with the Space Q45s while you're out, or maybe while you're inside. So let's take a listen to the sound quality from an actual phone call.
Here we go, Space Q45 out to the test. Walking around Times Square right in the middle, so we get breeze going on, a lot of people, usual cars, traffic, all that good stuff. This is the outdoor test. What are you guys think about the outdoor test? Let's move on to the indoor. Now this is the indoor test for the Soundcore Space Q45s, the all-new Soundcore Space headsets. This has two microphones with some algorithms, and I do have a ceiling fan, and I am talking normally as I usually would in my office. Let me know what you think about the indoor test versus the outdoor test. Once again, Soundcore Space Q45 indoor test.
That's it when it comes to the brand new Space series from Soundcore by Anker. I just reviewed the A40s, so if you want an in-ear pair of headphones that do a really great job of active noise cancellation, I'll leave a link to these down in my description below. But if you're looking for that over-the-ear feeling, if you're looking for that fuller sound that you can only get from an over-the-ear type of headphone, the Space Q45s do a really nice job. If you have any questions about them, let me know down in the comments below. Really appreciate you guys watching. Catch you in another video.